In a faraway land, in a time long ago, there was a very tall and a very sturdy tree. And one day, as trees do, it dropped a seed. The seed was indeed small, but in the spring it began to grow and grow. The sun shined, and when it got too hot, the mother would shade the tiny tree with her branches. And when it rained, her leaves kept the large drops from pounding the young tree and drowning its roots. With tender, loving care, the tree grew and grew, its branches spreading taller and taller. Days passed, weeks, and even years, and the tree felt very special. Now one evening, as the young tree looked out upon the sky, it noticed a bright and glowing star in the eastern heavens. What does it mean? The young tree thought. She no more got the words out when shepherds began to gather beneath its branches. Suddenly, a great light shone, and an angel appeared and spoke wondrous things. Frightened, the shepherds covered their eyes and listened. When the angel finished, the shepherds hurried to the town of Bethlehem. Now many years passed, and the tree grew and grew. Men came with heavy axes and chopped the young tree down. Its bark was stripped away, and its branches torn from its giant trunk. No longer beautiful, no longer a tree, just one more piece of lumber. She was tossed on a wagon and taken many miles away to a carpenter's shop in a small, dusty town called Nazareth. The shop was owned by a father and son who worked side by side every day. The father taking orders, the son working beside him, sawing, hammering, planing, polishing. The carpenter's son showed such care, the once beautiful tree could barely wait till he turned it into something beautiful again. Soon the older carpenter took ill and died. The son finished the last of his father's orders and sold the shop and all the unused wood. Men came and bid on the once beautiful tree, took it by wagon to Jerusalem. There it was bought by the head of the Roman garrison. For 3 years, the once beautiful tree remained beside the old fortress wall. Dust and dirt covered its grain. One night in early spring, Roman soldiers carrying torches gathered the beam and took it to the inner court. Excitement was in the air. A fire blazed. High priests came and went. A cock crowed. A man fled and cried, and another man was led away. Soon the dawn came up, and as the light shed its warmth on the courtyard, A young man, bleeding, dressed in a scarlet robe and a crown of thorns, was led onto a balcony. "I know this man," thought the once beautiful tree. "I know him." The crowd outside the court was shouting, but the rugged beam could not hear them. A door flung open, and the figure of a man fell to the pavement. It was the carpenter's son, Jesus of Nazareth. Swiftly the cross beam was placed on his shoulders. His wrists tied to both ends. How could this be, thought the once beautiful tree? A gentle and loving carpenter being crucified, and I his cross. This cannot be. But together they made their way to Calvary. On the wind-swept hillside they removed the man's robe and laid him upon the cross. The hands of a gentle carpenter nailed to the tree that wanted to be special. The sky drew dark, and the man spoke. "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." And suddenly, the once beautiful tree remembered the words of the angels on another hillside many years ago. "For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior." And through the death of that carpenter from Nazareth, the tree felt special once again. On an old rugged cross, on a hill far away, stood the emblem of suffering and shame. And I loved that old cross with the dearest and best, for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown.